What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Woody RC. I apologize for the noise in the background. That is my son playing on his VR headset. But today I'm going to install, this just came in the mail yesterday. This is the Traxxas trx4m 2-speed transmission. And that's the part number right there. And this is what came in the bag. Obviously the new 2-speed transmission, already pre-built with motor installed. A mounting bracket and supplied screws that are needed, and another little extra gear here. And from what it says, this gear is required when you are running the portal axles on your trx4m's. Now this here 2-speed transmission is going to go in, I chose the high trail here. You know, it's got the longer wheelbase, it's more trail friendly, it's more stable than the other trx4m's. And so that's why I chose this one. Now we'll be doing a comparison test before I install this 2-speed transmission. I am curious to see how fast it is and how low the low speed is in here. And as of now, this has the low speed gears installed, the low range gears. And I'll be comparing it to my trx4m, which also has the low range gears installed. I chose this one because the tires are roughly the same diameter, maybe a little bit taller on here, so it might have a slight speed advantage with the low range gears compared to this one with the low range gears. But we'll see. Also, this is running a full ball bearing kit in my trx4m. High trail is still running brass, so that might play a difference also. Let's do a speed comparison. Both of these with the stock low range gears. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, let's get on with this speed test. Both of these as of now have the stock, not the stock, there they are, the Traxxas low range gears for crawling. All right, on 3. 1, 2, and 3. See, they are roughly the same. They kind of ran into each other there. Let's do that over again. Okay, guys, let's try that again. On 3. 1, 2, and 3. You can see the Jeep with the bearings installed, and possibly the slightly taller tire has a slightly higher rollout. So it's going to be just a tad faster. Okay, let's do that again. Going back on 3. 1, 2, and 3. They're pretty close. Okay, let's go ahead and get this installed into my high trail here. I like that it's got a pretty positive lock and unlock there, going in from low to high. I'm not sure which is going to be low, if it's pushed in or pulled out. We'll find out when we get it installed. This looks pretty simple, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the battery tray. Get that out of the way. If you don't have one of these little drills here, a really low power drill, I recommend getting one, whatever brand, anything would work. As long as it's not a very high speed drill, because that could ruin the plastics over time. Even this here, it's not as good for your plastics as, you know, when you go on metal into plastic, as doing it with your hand. So we got out the battery tray here. Let's disconnect the motor. Now this is pretty simple, guys. You know, for guys like me that are been tooling around with these for years, but for you new guys, it's not hard at all. Here are just 4 little screws in here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those just need to come out. Okay, now we got that out there now. Now for you first timers here, sometimes, you know, if you think you've lost a screw, you could check on the motor, and the motor's magnetic, and you could have a screw stuck on the motor. So I got 4 screws here. Everything's all put away off to the side. And these drive shafts will have to come out, and so you can replace them back on the new motor and transmission.
Go back and tell him it was hot.
Got a little screw right there. Just undo that.
The guy who just got the door shut on the you want to know who did it? Want to know who did it? His name is Han. He's closing the doors on everyone.
There you go. You got the screw out. It's a little bit different screw than it is compared to the other screws that was holding the transmission in. And pull off your drive shaft and do it to the other side also. Okay, but before we do everything now, we're just going to install our drive shafts back on here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install the transmission mount with the 2 screws included. And of these 4 transmission mounts here, it's going to go towards the front. You're going to mount that transmission mount on the 2 front holes towards the servo. Now when you're screwing metal into plastic, I just like to do it by hand here because you don't want to over tighten it. Just when the screw stops is when you stop. Okay, we have got that installed now, and that's what it looks like up front here. Now, according to the installation instructions, I'm hoping that I got that on there the right way. We'll find out. See how easily the transmission, 2-speed transmission, slides into here. Let's just give it a quick test run. There it is. Bolts right into place. Now we just need to use the remaining 4 screws to mount the new transmission onto here. Okay, well there it is installed. So your center of gravity is going to sit a little bit higher, obviously with the 2-speed, but that'll be fine. Just very curious how this thing performs, and I wanted to go with this actual Traxxas product. I know there's another one out there, but I wanted to use this. Yes. All we gotta do now is reroute the wires through here, your motor wires through your battery tray, and put the battery tray back in and install the drive shafts. Then we're good to go. Then we'll do another low speed test, see how these low speed gears in here compare to the stock low speed gears. Okay guys, we are all installed, ready to run and do that that speed test. Now with the this shaft here pushed in, that's going to be the high gear because it rolls really easily. And when it's pulled out, that's going to be a low gear. Doesn't want to pull out, or doesn't want to push across because the gears are so low. And there you go, high gear. Now I didn't oil the gears on the inside or grease them because they're all plastic. For the years that I've been doing this racing, I've never put plastic on plastic. Those plastic gears are usually impregnated with a type of Teflon grease that are automatically lubricated. So if I'm using metal on metal, I would definitely grease the gears, or metal on plastic, but not plastic on plastic. I just leave them as be, and that way it doesn't bind, or not bind, what's the word I'm looking for, cause any kind of drag, especially in these little micro crawlers. You want it to be as free as possible. And being plastic on plastic is pretty quiet already. All right, let's get this thing going and see how it looks. In case you're wondering if it's hard to get to, it is not. It's very easy. It is right there. Just click in and out. So I'm going to put it in low range gear right now, and I mean in the low speed mode, and let's see how. I just want to feel how slow it is compared to what it was in there before. Let's see what kind of torque it has. A little bit more throttle needed right there, a little bit more. There we go. It's not bad. That's about as slow as I could get it without it stopping. And when it's going that slow, it's going to stop when it hits something. You will have to apply a little bit of throttle. Now let's pull out the Jeep that has the low range gears, single speed low range gears. This has a taller tire, but this have full bearings installed. The high trail with the 2-speed transmission does not have bearings. So far, just looking at it and the way it feels about the same. Let's see if it has any more torque. No. Maybe just a tad bit more. Let's do that again. Let's do the high trail again over my hand. Bearings does make a big difference though. Pretty good, guys. Yeah, it's gonna be more fun out there with it. Sure, it doesn't have the servo, but I'm trailing around, you know, in a flat fire road type area. It's gonna be nice to have that 2-speed tranny. Then when I get up into the rocks, I could just switch it over into the low range and do some good crawling with it. Let's get a speed test. Guys, here we go. The 2-speed tranny from Traxxas is in the high trail on the right on the blue truck. And car on the left with the lights on, that is my Jeep that has the Traxxas low range gears, single speed. Let's see what happens. On 3, 1, 2, 3, and go. So now it looks like the high trail was a little bit faster now. All right, guys, as you've seen there, the high trail now is a little bit faster than the Jeep on the left. The high trail low range gear seems to be a little bit higher than the Jeep with the single speed low range gears. Now to prove this test again, I set the high trail about a half car length back just to see if it could play a little bit of catch up. All right, so here we are on 3. 1, 2, and 3. There it is. It did pass up the Jeep and it's pulling away just a bit. Okay, now the high trail is about a full car length back, and let's see if it could pass up the Jeep now. On 3, 1, 2, and 3. Here it comes, it's coming, it's even, now it's slowly passing. So there we go, guys. So there you have it. You saw the difference in low range gears in a 2-speed tranny versus low range gears in a single speed tranny. And it's obvious that if you're looking for the ultimate low speed crawling ability, I would stick with the low range gears with a single speed tranny. With this, a very close second behind. Now, I just want to do some speed runs now and see how fast this thing could cruise around in second gear. All right, guys, we are now in second gear. Let's see what this thing could do. Wow. This thing is moving on out now. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is going to be fun out there on the trail now. Whoa, I got 2-wheel there. Quick blip in the low range now, just like that. You're in low range. Wow! All right, this is pretty cool, guys. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this test and this installation. That was a lot of fun running this in second gear like that, so smooth, and it still has plenty of torque to get you up and over those rocks nice and smooth also. And that's how it looks. You can see it does sit a little bit higher now, so the center of gravity is going to be off a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more tippy, but nothing too bad. I mean, if you're looking for a little bit of more fun out of your TRX4Ms, I do recommend this product. All right, guys, that's going to conclude this installation and test for the 2-speed transmission from Traxxas for the TRX4Ms. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for watching.